your moderator today for today's panel's discussions. I'm going to jump right into it.
The first thing we need to do, we need to honor human dignity by first honoring ourselves and set precedents in the lives of our culture. Example, the civil rights movement. When we come together collectively on a positive note, we have the ability to move mountains. When we continue to sit idly by and accept the loss of life as normalcy, that then creates a different dynamic. So therefore, we need to understand that all lives matter. We just can't get into an uproar because someone was killed by a white cop. When my brother, sister, niece, nephew, neighbor down the street is killed by anyone, it's a problem. And that's how we need to respond. And that's not how we respond. That's not how we respond. We want to make every issue a race issue when it's not. We need to start home first. Respect starts at home.
We come to human dignity, just respecting life totally, you know what I'm saying? Not just because of the color of the skin, but respecting life, period. And just having an honor for that, and not just looking at it as, she say, not just looking at it as a race thing.
There are communities, and I'm going to focus on Chicago because that's where we are, that's where the community I live in, I'm assuming most of you live in. You know, there are communities where, statistically speaking, at 8 years old, the likelihood that you're going to go to a college, a fine college like Robert Morris, and graduate is significantly lower than if you grew up somewhere else. And that's not something you chose, right? You just happen to be there. If you look at those same communities, the likelihood you're going to have contact and interaction with the juvenile justice system is significantly higher. But then you go further with that. What happens once you have that contact? There are certain suburbs where if you committed the same offense or even a worse offense, you're going to get talked to in the principal's office, maybe get a call home, and you're going to be sent home. Versus in other neighborhoods in the city or in some suburbs, you're going to find yourself over on Roosevelt at the Juvenile Justice Center.
Accountability is important. And the first thing that I want to make perfectly clear is that we have to respect authority. The second thing is we're not white. So we can't act as if we're our white counterparts. We're never going to be treated the same way. Ever. Never, ever. This is 2015, and we're never, ever going to have the same experience, be treated the same way as our Caucasian counterparts. It's not going to happen in this lifetime. It's just not. And that's real. It's unfortunate, and I'm sorry, but it's real. We live in a society with rules and regulations for a reason. And no, the powers that make the rules will not always follow the rules. But if you break the rules, you lose your life. You need to be smart enough to live another day and pick your battles. There is more than one way to get your message across. There's more than one way to show up and say you're wrong. But the most important thing is we need more African American and people of color on police forces across the nation. But you know what the problem is with that? We can't make it on the police force. We cannot pass the mental exam. We cannot pass the comprehensive exam. So whose fault is that when we are unprepared? We need to be the vision that we want to see. We need to be that. So if it's a flux and if it's wrong, we need to start from the inside out. And then we can make the changes that we want to see.
Oh, I just saw you steal that bottle of water, right? You're under arrest. Pull away. Felony.
Resisting arrest.
Right. People don't understand the law. So even though the engagement point was misdemeanor, he didn't steal anything. You don't have a right to adjudicate that on the street. You just don't. And quite frankly, it's stupid. Right? Because I've got a gun, and you don't. A courtroom is a much better place to adjudicate that, right? Call somebody like me. But this, pull away, felony. Oh, your arm got broken, sorry. Should've pulled away. Now, granted, I shouldn't break your arm, but you have committed a crime. Even if the initial engagement was not something I literally made up. So I literally said in my mind, oh wow, I'm about to get him because I don't like his suspended. I can create that engagement. I can grab you to place you under arrest. It is a crime to resist even an unlawful arrest by a police officer. Period. Point blank. Full stop.
Go to the police station. If they put you in custody, go through all the motions, make a phone call home, and let somebody know that you're there. But you can't do anything if you out of control, irresponsible. I got anger issues, and that kicks in. It can't kick in with the police. You know what I mean? And so we need to understand that. We need to adhere to authority. Bottom line.